Hey everybody, this is Skeet.
Moshin, Mikey,
Rock and Roll Roundtable.
as always, presented by our good friends at Moshman Media.
This week, the Great AI Debate 2026.
AI. And I know everybody and anybody and your brothers, cousins, sisters, mom has all heard by now of the great AI that we're dealing with. And we're going to talk more about the AI musically, of course. But AI has a lot of functions outside of music that I really think are cool. And they do a lot of cool things, almost too good sometimes. I mean, it's scary how progressive this stuff has got. And of course, on the negative side, outside of music, could be including music. You also have the big data center debate because they need all this stuff to power all this AI that people are really starting to rely on quite a bit. But for our day today, we're not going to get into the full spectrum of AI because we'd be here for 2 hours at least. So we're just going to do the music part. I personally, when it came out, the AI whole thing, I didn't mind it because I thought, okay, it's something goofy. That's my first impression was, yeah, you just want to goof off and make a silly song about popsicles or, just something nuts that you don't want to bother a band to actually do. And you just spit out a bunch of words and let it make it for you and do the music and everything else. I thought that was goofy. I thought, okay, this is kind of cool to play with. That it was like a toy, an app. You're playing a game, you're doing the same thing with AI. But man, is it really went beyond that spectrum. The first thing I really noticed AI increasing a lot on was AI videos and AI music on YouTube and places like that. I seen a lot of bands. I'm like, wow, this band's pretty good, and I looked it up and it's like, this ain't a band. This ain't a real band. So somebody just made these lyrics up or put it into the machine and it come out with this. But the scary thing is, it doesn't sound bad. Then, as it got into it, before I even got into the streaming service music wise, the AI I noticed on YouTube and Rumble and TikToks and stuff like that, they got better as it went. So at first there was like, okay, a rock singer's voice, they all sound the same. Country's voice all sounds the same. Everything sounds the same if you plug that genre into your AI and tell it you want a thrash song about dog shit or whatever you want to do, and it pops up this song and goes on but now it's like the voices are starting to change. Then they added the element where you can actually use your own voice and you can sing with an AI band. You can do your original music. And now they're getting to the point, dude, and I didn't know this till this week.
Oh shit.
They're getting to the point now where you can hum the damn song. What you have in the cranium, which you know how I am about
Yeah,
humming,
I do.
so
I know where
now
that's going.
they're getting to the point where you can hum the damn line and AI recreates that fucking rhythm. Scary, dude. But for a guy like me, it's scary good. But here's the rebuttal. For people out there that are working hard on their music, it's saturated now with AI because it's so easy to make. It's so easy to make. Just for shits and giggles. I mean, I've done AI music before. You know that. I've put like some of my lyrics in and I even sent them to you, I think, at one point.
Yeah.
But just for shits and giggles this week, I said, you know what? I'm going to try one of these, KDPs, whatever they are. And I'm going to do a couple little ebooks. I'm just going to try to see how easy it is. So I got the program, downloaded it, like $100, not very expensive
Jesus
anymore.
Christ.
It's like $125 for the whole thing for the forever. I got like a one-time payment thing, special, whatever.
Okay.
So I said to see if it was work. Yeah, I just typed in like a couple sentences of a subject I wanted to talk about. Motherfucker spit me out a full like 12, 14 page book. No, I should say 14 chapters book, ebook, Kindle like thing. And it spit it out to me in probably 3 minutes. And dude, I read it and it's like, this is all pretty good information too. And this isn't Claude, this isn't Chat GTP. This is like a lower level AI. I'm thinking, holy shit, I could imagine what Claude and these guys will do. So you put that into music, it's just going to get worse, dude. From the perspective that I know you're on, and you can talk about, there's going to be so much more AI music, and I know people that are hooked on that shit because the lyrics are cool, the music's kind of cool, and you can't really tell it's AI in spots. So I'll let you give the rebuttal from the still musician side because I'm like semi-retired musician. You're still functionally in a band, so you spit your
Eh, eh, eh. That's
well,
debatable at the moment.
te- technically.
Yeah, technically. Ah, okay. Do you see this graphic in the background? Do you see that looks like spotlights floating
Yeah, yeah,
around?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that is this program that I use for when we broadcast or when we do our shows. It created this spotlight. So
Okay.
as AI as a tool to do graphics, I'm on the fence because there are graphic creators out there that's taking their job.
Yeah.
So I'm not cool with that. As far as the music, the AI is basically making people who play music obsolete to a point because real musicians have souls and it's not this soulless fucking, yeah, you can describe something but you don't get that spark of creativity from AI. You don't, because AI goes from a database and pulls in stuff that has been done before to create what you want. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm like, okay, so we have to deal with AI. It is here.
That's there.
Okay? My only stipulation is for people who do not have the creative spark that want to create a song, because I do want people to enjoy music. And if they don't have the actual talent to create it, I love the fact that you have a tool that will help you see your creation come to life. That part of it, I'm okay with. I'm still not cool with it, but I get it. For the love of music, to let people who cannot play a guitar or cannot sing, for them to be able to grasp the enjoyment that we get as creators of music, that's where I'm like, okay, I understand that. But we have to draw the fucking line if you are trying to promote this as unaided by AI music.
Yeah, and dude,
You
honestly,
have to fucking differentiate between the two. There has got to be a label. It must, like a watermark. This
yeah,
was with created with AI. You could
yeah.
sing along if you're singing along to the band, an AI band. It still counts as AI. I'm sorry. So for me, it's you have got to have a line drawn in the sand that says, okay, cool. And if people want that kind of music and they want to pay for that kind of music, fine. But it's got to have a label. I mean, as much as we hated labels on lyrics back in the day, people still have to know, especially if it's getting that good that it's hard to differentiate between actual musicians playing and AI.
Yeah. It gets millions of views. It gets millions of streams. All these different people. Here's the thing. It does, at least on the ones I've been on. Now, I haven't tried to upload any music at all. But when I did the ebook stuff, this to see my first dabble into AI here, it absolutely asked you if AI was involved and how much AI involved. So unless you want to lie and risk copyright infringement or punishment, you tell the truth. And I mean, and most people, I think, with ebooks and stuff like that, that are helping, they know most people aren't doctors. Doctors aren't going to be writing ebooks, but they could go and Google it themselves and get probably a decent sized list. But it's more convenient to say, oh, that's a subject I want to hit on, so I do that. I think it's with music's the same. Here's what I do with music. I think if you distribute music, you're going to have to say it was AI creation, except for vocals and lyrics, and then you can claim that, which would be okay. But really think about it. I go back to the '80s. We used samples back in the day. They bought beats from people. They would use beats that somebody just made with a computer. And then we had, with sampling, you had the computer aided stuff. It's not much different. It's just more advanced. I mean, drum machines. People still have used drum. They've been one-man bands. They program a drum machine.
But you are programming it in.
Yeah, but you're also programming AI. If you think about it, if you're able to now, if it's true, now I haven't experienced this, but if I'm able to write the lyrics, if I'm able to give it the melody and say, okay, na 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 na, and okay it or deny it based on how they do, it's not as far off as I originally thought it was. Now, if I just go up and say, sing me a song about Pippi Longstocking going to Mars with Popeye. Something random, East Coast of Neptune or something. And it has nothing to do with anything. And I just want to see how goofy the lyrics are. That's one thing. I'm having a good time. I'm experimenting, right? And when I had my own lyrics, I put them in the bluegrass filter. And they came out better than the rock songs did.
Oh, my God.
So you just never know. But I wasn't going to release a bluegrass album. Because it's not original really me.
Okay, but
that's
now you're touching on what I said. You're using that as a tool to show you what it's like. So
yeah.
I'm cool as long as you're not trying to profit from it without a label stating that you had help from AI. When people go in the studio, we have gotten all the Melodyne stuff that helps vocals.
Yeah.
It's cheating to a point, but the person sang it, and you're using the tool to pitch correct where you were singing it. Do I feel it's cheating? Yes. Go back in.
Absolutely.
Do another fucking take. Don't just hand it off and say, fix it. Just fix it for me.
Yeah. Fix
that note here and there.
Yeah, I think most people do that nowadays because they don't want to spend extraordinary time in the studio. But here's the other thing with that. We had this talk a while back too.
Yes.
Click tracks. I mean, you can't keep time on your own. you got to have a track to click to. That to me is cheating. And I understand people's reasoning for it. I don't play in huge stadiums. I could imagine the bouncing off the wall, out of the air. We played in a theater one time. And I kept hearing myself 8 times every time I said.
Yeah.
So I would understand the need for it, but it still seems wrong to me in places. When you're hearing the guy off the stage tell you, "Hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that," because yeah, you could say into a mic as a drummer, say, "What's the next song? I forgot." And somebody backstage said, "Oh, it's Green Manalishi's next. We're going right into it." Okay. Yeah, little stuff like that has always been kind of creeping into music. It's not just acoustic guitars and one of them things you sit on. I don't even know what they're called. I forget what they're called. But yeah, you could just do that too in a coffee shop or a small little bar with just you and another dude and sing your cover songs or your originals, whatever. But you can also not make much money doing that. And here's the thing. Here's a question I'm going to pose to you,
Okay.
because we both know music is not about money for us, and it wasn't. It wasn't when I did it for the however many years of total I've done it. I knew I wasn't going to be a rock star after like the first 6 months. I did it for the love of creation, the club, playing shows, doing all, being in a band in general was cool. Would you be upset though if you wrote a song and you said, "I'm going to plug this into AI. I'm going to see and it becomes like the number one hit on iTunes and becomes this sensation across the country? It's like the song everybody's listening to. Oh, wow, this is so great. It gets download after download. Is that a bad thing? Because, you still had your hand in it. Now, if you just walked up to it and said, I want a picture, I'm riding a horse in the desert with no name, copying an America song, but I want it twisted into I'm riding, driving this car in this Mojave Desert, and I got a beautiful woman by my side, and just make a cool song about that. And it spits all the lyrics out for you, but it's bigger than Surfing USA by the Beach Boys. It's like the greatest driving song people say ever made, and it's AI.
I'm out.
You know,
I'm out.
I mean,
I'm out. I don't.
so
I
you wouldn't get paid. You wouldn't take pay for that.
no. I wouldn't
Uh,
even. I wouldn't even put it out. I,
Oh no! See, that's not me. That's not me
yeah.
at
No.
this point.
It's because it's bullshit.
Why? You just said I had tools, right? If I actually wrote the
I
song,
can't. Not no. Not me. I'm not putting it
so
out.
so here's my thing. I just want to. This is just a question. I got my songs. I still got like 4 or 5 songs that I didn't get to record yet, right?
Okay.
So, what is the difference between me taking it through an AI system and singing the song myself with my lyrics, singing the song and doing the rhythm thing, if that's really a thing, because I haven't seen it.
Okay.
What's the difference between me doing that and going and getting 3 or 4 session musicians that have no connection to me? They're just doing a job. They don't care not 1 second about the song. They're there to get paid. They're not into it. They're just technically reading it off of a sheet
You
to
have
play
a
a background.
you have a greater chance of getting something spontaneous from those fucking musicians that you brought in than you would from that AI.
Well,
That
what if
there you
I
go.
did? I didn't offer spontaneity. I offered them a sheet with the music on it. They're playing it like they would in an
Yeah,
orchestra.
but would
Just a
you
musician.
You wouldn't fucking get in the studio and
I'm not. I'm not saying that I would. I'm saying there's got to be possibilities that. Yeah, I don't. I don't want any day. I could go if I really wanted to, because I haven't. Those songs have been played already. I'm going to say, you're going to listen to this. I want to play it exactly like that. Don't step your dick off of that thing for 1 second. I want to play it exactly like you hear it right here. I'm paying you $100 to learn the song. You're going to spend an hour in the studio. $400 for 4 people, right? Or I can go to AI for $29 a month and do unlimited songs.
Well, you want to
It's good and
you
bad.
want to you want to fuck the human beings out of their fucking money for sitting in the studio with you.
But think about this. Think about it from our point of view.
Well,
From our point of view,
I'm
I'm
putting it back
asking.
to you.
Yeah, I'm 57 years old. There's not a lot of studio time left in my dead ass. And to get four people in a room is hard enough, but to get four people in a room to learn new music and to perfect it and to get them together to go to a studio and want to spend any of their moldy, crusty money to do any songs is almost unheard of in this day and age. Either they want to do covers or they
Hey,
want to do home
it,
recordings
this
and
is
they don't get it out to nobody.
this
I
is
mean,
fucking
it's
semantics at this point. Okay,
no, it's not. It's not
it
really.
is
It is not
because
for me. It's the truth. Tell me why I haven't been in a band for years. Because I can't find four people to put in a room at the same time
I'll
and
give
get
you that.
anything accomplished.
I will give you that. I will give you that. So
It's a
is
creative
that what you're
outlet.
wanting to do? Is that
It's a
what you want to
creative.
do?
No, it's a creative outlet for goons like me that still want their
I
songs
get
to
it,
see the light
and
of day.
you heard my point of view on that. The point of
Yeah,
view is, but now you're giving me another fucking situation. I'm going to lean more towards the human beings that are playing than I
well, you
am
can.
the fucking AI.
Yeah, that's fine. That's your prerogative. I'm just saying I don't feel the one I'm doing is wrong, and I should not
Well,
profit off of it
you do
because
you,
it
boo.
yeah, I know. Here's my thing with that. If I paid the session guys and told them to go crazy on it, and I pay them, and I say, copyright this is my stuff because I wrote it. You guys are just here for the day, right? Yes, sir. We're just here for the day. And it becomes this gigantic mega hit. I'm not paying them a dime, dude.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
not paying them a dime.
Are you going to credit them for playing on your album?
Sure, but I'm not paying them for it. I mean, that's just because they agreed to do a job of
Because you made an
service.
agreement beforehand
Yeah, and they
with the
played exactly what I told
people,
them to.
with the
Right.
people that you don't.
But you don't think anybody would get sour about that if they
Well,
played on
yeah,
this
but
mega hit?
if you had a fucking agreement with them,
Yeah,
then
I'm with you.
it's like, hey, you signed off on this.
Yeah,
You got your fucking name on the fucking album as who performed and who did what,
yeah.
but that's it.
It, it
You pre agreed to that.
it comes down to basically if you want to be convenient or do you want to be morally high road, okay, with the music side. And I don't care which road anybody's on. I don't care. I'm not going to get in somebody's ass because they're AI. I don't care that you want to do that. You can do that, and I have no problem with it because, like you said, everything's labeled. I know it's AI. If I like listening to it, I like listening to it. It's really not going to matter because I'm not going to go looking at every band I see and say, "Are they AI? Are they AI?" If I hear it and I think it's good, it's like, okay, whatever. On the other side of the coin, yeah, I want people to still play music because it has a human element. Music has that human element to it. So it's good and bad for me. It's like, okay, if I just want to get my songs out and I haven't had any luck connecting with a drummer and a bass player, blah, blah, blah. And I really don't want to go down the road of finding somebody and learning a couple songs and getting ready to go to the studio. And then they say, no, it don't make my dick hard. I'm not doing this. And that would, just set me back another couple weeks. And then you got to get somebody that's over the top, maybe too good. And then it sounds like AI anyway, because they're polished city, with triggers on their drums and all this horse shit. That sounds,
Well,
that's
okay.
why, that's one of the biggest problems I have defining between AI and music now is like and I know that's not in your wheelhouse, but some of these really heavy deathcore bands use multiple packs of triggers on the drum. There's no human that can play as fast as they do with their feet and their hands. I mean, there's some that damn real fucking quick. Don't get me wrong, but the trigger sound is like a trigger in my head, And I think AI drums can sound better than that. Then I'd have to make a decision. Well, I just don't want a trigger. And then if you might get a guy that says, okay, I won't use them. Or you might get a guy that says, no, no, bruh. That's my thing, man, my trigger. And you're back to hunting for another drummer. It's we're not in Nashville or New York or LA, so it makes it tougher for
I
guys like me.
I understand where
That's
you're
all.
coming from with that. I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
understand. Like I said, I'm pretty much. If people want to do it, and how are you going to tour?
No, you're not. You know, this not it's not for young people. Young people need to go out in the trenches. I don't want to tour at this point. I'm too old for that shit. I don't want to live in
I got
a
you. I
van.
got well.
Yeah,
So it's almost like when you hear a guitar player that is playing a song acoustic
yeah,
and he's playing it with effects. Okay,
right, right, yeah.
so you
Loop.
know that I can plug into a bunch of effects and get this really crazy good sounding guitar sound, or I could play it on an acoustic. And what's going to stand up? Is the song going to stand up acoustic as good as the electric?
I don't know.
If
It
it's a
could be.
good song, you could play it on either one. If it's a good song,
And you know
that's
what? Yeah. What else I can see happening with AI? With the kids, because the young kids are geniuses at this shit. I'm old. I don't. It takes me forever to try to figure out how to log into shit and stuff. You know, but I could see like a kid doing the AI version, singing a song, maybe playing an instrument or not, maybe just singing, and the song would start getting a lot of hits, and people might ask, "Hey, you guys going to tour?" Then I could see him going out and getting 3 or 4 people and say, hey, I want a touring band. Now we all know that's been around for forever. The only difference between that and AI is that you're using AI first. Dave Grohl he just played all his own instruments. Then he got people to tour with him. So, and the argument's always going to be there. I just think the a lot of the fear of AI is where I'm at. Not so much that it's going to saturate everything, and because people listen to a lot of music, I get that. I just think it's when you can't tell the difference, it gets a little scarier. It's not just music, but music videos or just videos in general. And like you said, you did say some of like studio jobs and stuff would be out the door because once you create a program for AI, that's it. You're just going to update it, tweak it once in a while, but the special sauce is already there. You just got to plug and play, basically. And I mean, hopefully, maybe the AI will counterproduct itself. What I mean by that is maybe more people will be just trying to use it to clean it up, to clean sounds up in the studio or something. Hopefully, I don't want it to see music go away. I don't want it to be AI generated world. But in certain spots, and for certain things, I mean, I'm not going to be a millionaire. Even if I hit a song that gets 90 million streams, that ends up being about $3.50. I'm not going to be a mega millionaire. And if they come, looking for me to tour, I'll be like,
uh,
sure, I'll find a guy that wants to sing my stuff for me. I'll take credit for songwriting. And that's cool with me. So there's a different scenario for a lot of people. Some people are using it to make big money on YouTube and Rumble, and because they're making all these AI videos with AI
well,
music, and they're getting tons of fucking hits and makes them some money.
I mean, AI is artificial intelligence, so
Yeah,
the whole concept behind it is it's learning. It is learning
yeah,
every day, every minute, every second to better itself, whatever. So, we are going to get to that fucking point. But
yeah.
I'm not going to, we're not going to sit here and I'm not going to program an AI Mosh and Mikey and I'm not going to program an AI Skeet to do the fucking show.
But it's funny. It's funny
It
though.
would be kind of funny to do like an intro just for goofs, like
Yeah, and
for
you.
this episode. But it's
Oh, I would love for somebody that's AI proficient to get a hold of our, just use our pictures and our voices here and just alter them, but don't make it bad. Make it good. But yeah, it would be funny to see how it works because
well,
some things are still noticeable with AI, and it's like
yeah.
music wise, it's still noticeable a little bit for me because it's just some of it's just it doesn't sound like any person I've ever, it doesn't sound like a robot. But a lot of these singers they're still sounding the same to a point.
Some of
I don't think
Mike,
you're ever going to be able to vary enough to make it
some of the
where
shit
you
is
can't
just
tell.
fucking goofy. Okay, it's
Yeah, a
fucking
lot of
goofy. So if
yeah, it
you
is.
want to put something goofy to fuck around or just to mess with people, cool. But it's like just put a little fucking work into it. I'm. It's a tool. AI is a tool. Let's keep it a fucking
Yeah,
tool. I mean,
yeah,
some of the shit, the AI, grok and stuff, it blows my fucking mind. The
yeah,
companions, some of the shit you could get the companions to fucking say, you just go, what? What did you
yeah.
just say?
And dude, it's scary for me is the speed. The
I,
speed at which it can produce something is astronomical. And it's like, man, it's far beyond my brain capacity, even how AI works in any way. But I mean, it's cool to see, but it's also kind of, it's disingenuous a little bit. I just think it depends on how you want to go. If I wanted to have a group of songs or something that I wanted to record authentically, old school, analog, yeah, blah blah blah, that would be what I would want to do.
call me.
Yeah, but
Call me
yeah,
up. Yeah,
that would be
all
something
right.
I would want to do. But if I just want to get them out of my head, and I'm like, I don't think this is a rock song, or I don't, I want to get past this block here, and I need to. It would be okay to use it, and a whole album, maybe not. Maybe not do a whole album of stuff, but a song here and there, sure. And maybe an album if you really felt intrigued, and it might help you break writer's block. And you could just, like you said, you don't have to distribute them. You can just make them for yourself and listen to them
Yeah,
on your computer and
I
stuff.
don't have, again, I don't have any problem with that. I, some of the stuff they do in the studios, I get it, but
Oh, I've used it. I'm not
I
gonna.
would
Yeah,
push old school.
yeah, and I'm
Okay.
not gonna lie. I've had a part where my voice squeaked, and it was after the fact. It was during playback day the next day, and I said, "Man, I can't have that on there, but I don't. Do I need to go back in and do it?" He goes, "Well, here I can do," and he did it on the spot. He tweaked it, moved what I said the same thing in another spot, and covered that one up, and it sounded just fine. So I'm
Okay.
like, "Yeah, do I feel like I cheated right there? A little bit."
Yeah.
But I also know when I'm live, I'm going to screw up too. And I can't get a redo on that. So I'm blessed that
Well,
the studio would be the place to do it.
okay,
The
okay,
studio would be
okay.
the best.
If you got, say, you have a song that you know the song, but you
Yeah,
don't know it well enough to go in and play it perfectly from start to finish.
right.
And you go in and you fucking basically do an overdub or cut in to that part to put the song together. Is it cheating? Yeah, it is cheating. But you still played the part. You still came into the song at that part. I mean, because
Well,
we're guilty.
yeah,
I'm guilty of that. We did that on a song because we weren't ready to go record it, but we went in to do it. We knew the parts. We just hadn't polished it over. So basically, had the guy cut us in at a pause and
Right.
played the rest of the part to get through the
You
song.
know, and then I don't think that's like unheard of. I think that's pretty common because a lot of people, when they're in the studio, the guitar could go out. They could
Okay,
be
but
playing along and the guitar starts, their chord screws up and they don't want to replay it. And it's like, I just played that, just run it again.
I still feel bad that we did not go in and we were not prepared to play that song from start to finish.
Oh
So
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I am
sure.
saying, on a personal level, it still irritated the fuck out of me that we could not play that from start to finish and be ready to do one whole
Yeah.
take.
Oh yeah, I get it. I do.
But
I.
but again, I'm saying, I admit we have done that. We did it.
Well,
We
just
did it on a fucking song because we
oh,
had to get through the
on,
song.
on on a last side note, you know what? AI band would have nailed it.
Ah!
Yeah, you gotta have a little fun. You gotta have a little fun with it.
Well, he got me on that one.
Yeah. But anyway, it's personal preference. It's depends on how prideful you are and what you want to do with music. If you're just wanting it as a songwriting tool to see if anybody wants to buy your stuff or redo your song, that's one thing. If you're doing it to just for shits and giggles, that's also another thing. But if you're trying to be a musician and you want to create the best stuff, you want to have the grueling effort of creating it yourself, the 20 times, 30, 40, 50 times of playing it to get it right. That's also brings a joy of its own. So it's no wrong answer. It's like I agree with the profiting, but it's so far gone, dude. Everybody's profiting because everybody's just buying whatever. They hit an algorithm because they're AI somehow. And yeah, I don't know where to get that algorithm magic at. I'd love to know. If somebody knows, let me know. But yeah, at my age, yeah, if I just want to get a song out of my brain or just have a little fun, I would do it. If I want to go back to playing shows and all that, no, I don't want nothing to do with AI. That would be,
Yeah.
sweating my ass off in a room and singing the song and singing the song and singing the song until I got it, every piece of it right, and then go track my ass to a studio and do it right. So yeah, it's beneficial and also detrimental in the music world. It really is. So that's my 2.5 cents.
Yeah. Well, I again use it as a tool. That's where I'm at. And if you try to profit off of it and sell yourself as a band and you're mainly AI, then you better fucking label it.
Yeah. I
That's
hope
where I
you do.
stand on
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
okay. Well, are we good to wrap this debate up?
Yeah, I'm sure it might come up again as it goes down the line, but for this point in time, I think we opened the rabbit hole wide enough for people to voice their opinion. Get in the comment section for God's
Yes,
sake,
that's what I
and
was
let
just
us
getting ready to
know.
say. If
Let
you
us
agree
know.
with us, disagree with us, just give us a comment. Hopefully, this might spark some conversation you have in your life, and you can have the great AI debate in 2026 as well.
Yeah, and I'll go along with the rest of the world here too. I haven't never done this, I don't think, but hit that like button, hit that subscribe bell, and join the channel.
Yeah.
Just whatever.
This is Skeet.
This is Mosh and Mikey.
See ya!
Peace out.